You are well good at that, I must say. I met a pretty girl at a festival with a bag of MDMA. We both took a great big dab and went to greet the day. Now I warn you, this shit tastes foul when you put it in your gob. But try to swallow all of it, it'll knock your fucking socks off. So the two of us were wired and the festival's in flow. We wandered round and watched some bands, smiling as we go. As the day turns into nighttime, a fire's being lit. We dance to an unknown DJ and sneak a little kiss. Well, being drunk can make a girl seem prettier than she is. I'm not the only one who's made mistakes when I was pissed. And trying to work out right from wrong on ecstasy is tough. But it's MDMAmazing. I feel like I'm in love. And with the night comes brand new friends everywhere we go. And we're sitting round campfires with people we don't know. And every time we move along, we have another dab. I'm gurning my face off, but I'm really, really glad. And we're cuddling and kissing. We're talking like a team, dancing so intensely. For life and love and dreams, as the moon watches the sunrise, it opens up the day. We just open up the wrap for more MDMA. Well, being drunk can make a girl seem prettier than she is. I'm not the only one who's made mistakes when I was pissed. And trying to work out right from wrong on ecstasy is tough. It's MDMAmazing. I feel like I'm in love. Sometimes I tell stories about this song in the middle of this song. I think there's a rule somewhere that says if you're playing a late night after party, you shouldn't tell stories. I never read that book. So I'll tell you a little story. In fact, this is the most popular song that I've ever written. Sounds like all the other songs that I've written. But people just like this one more than the others, which is fine by me. It means I get to travel around and play this song to different people in different places. It took me to a town in England called Bedford. I'm sure there's many Bedfords in America that I've never been to, but there's one in England and it's a fucking shithole. And I was playing a gig in Bedford on a Tuesday rainy night. And I met her, he was probably 15 years old, this kid, on a Tuesday at 5 o'clock in the rain. And he came up and he was like, I don't even know why he was there. Normally people don't turn up for the sound checks. He did. And he was like, I fucking really love your music, man. Which is a nice thing to hear. But he was off his head. He was like, fucking gurning and his eyes were rolling and shit. And he was like, your music inspired me to start taking drugs. And that was not a good thing to hear. At all. It was really bad, actually. Bobby, my banjo player, was so upset he went home. I was up all night doing E's with 15-year-olds in Bedford. And then I wrote my first ever anti-drug song called The Children of Bedford. And I'm going to play it for you now before I finish the other song. It's called A Song Sandwich. So you still get to hear the end of that one, but you just get to hear this one in the middle of it. But there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to be quiet, a time to sing, time to get drunk, a time to stay sober. There's probably time to work out everything will kill you. And sometimes if you laugh too much, it's gonna make you cry. Are you really, really happy if you're always really high? Everything in moderation and one thing at a time, because it's never been a secret what the drugs do to your mind. And just because I've got a song about MDMA, well, that don't mean that I think you should take it every day. I'm glad that the children of Bedford like my songs. I hope they don't interpret them wrong and start doing it for the thrill, forgetting about the fun and end up getting lost in a dangerous world of drugs. Well, I was 15 years old when I started smoking weed. 7.50 for a teenth of hash from Andrew Chinnery. We'd all go down the steps at the park. That's where I learned to skin up. And then I started building lungs and pipes at lunchtime at school, using plastic bottles and carry bags and squares of tin foil. I used to love the way it made me think and feel and giggle. I never felt no peer pressure, I did it because I wanted to. And soft drugs lead to hard drugs, I guess that might be true, because a year or so later, I was on speed too. We go to Craig's brother's house every Friday night, chipping for a gram and talk until the sunrise. I never forget the taste of my first E. It was plain and fucking simple why they called it ecstasy. A nimble in the bud and a tingle in the spine. The feeling of euphoria, it happens every time. But just cause I've got a song about MDMA, that doesn't mean that I think you should take it every day. I'm glad that the children of Bedford like my songs. Hope they don't interpret them wrong and start doing it for the thrill, forgetting about the fun and end up getting lost in a dangerous world of drugs. So the days turn into months and the seasons start to change. Now I'm squeezed into the toilet for a line of cocaine. A quick reaction and a blind confidence. It's addictive and expensive, but I couldn't give a toss. I was wonky off the ketamine, confused by the acid. The moral of the story though is know when to crack it. Know what you can handle and know when you should stop. And don't take folk singers as role models. And just cause I've got a song about MDMA, that doesn't mean that I think you should take it every day. I'm glad that the children of Bedford like my songs. I hope they don't interpret them wrong and start doing it for the thrill, forgetting about the fun and end up getting lost in a dangerous world of drugs. No. It's a sandwich bit. And then I woke beneath a tree, the pissing down the rain. The pretty girl had disappeared with her MDMA, and the festival was over because everything was closed. There's just abandoned tents here now, and people going home. Well, I miss my lift to London, my money's all been spunked. I've even lost my mobile phone, I really wish I went. I miss my lift to Disneyland, my money's all been spunked. And then she whispered in my ear, she's bought some liquid acid. Fire!